From Johnny Ambeau Park on the campus of East Ascension High School, it's time for District 5-5A baseball on the Rev Game of the Week. My name is Jeff Borsch, and along with Mike Moeller, we welcome you to today's district matchup between the EA Spartans and the Dutchtown Griffins. When we return, we will talk about today's game, followed by the first pitch here on the Rev Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
B.T. Chapman and A.J. Pickett with Advantage Therapy are honored and excited to team up with Dutchtown High School's athletics. At Advantage Therapy, we are dedicated to helping our patients regain the highest possible functional status through one-on-one patient care. Advantage Therapy has spent nearly 2 decades providing both outpatient orthopedic physical therapy and occupational therapy to the people of Ascension and surrounding parishes. From all of us at Advantage Therapy, go Griffins! Get to know SEC Heating and Cooling this year. Locally owned and operated by Stephen Conyer since 2013, SEC Heating and Cooling works with residential and commercial customers in Ascension, East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and surrounding parishes. SEC specializes in preventive maintenance, repair, and complete changeout and installation of energy-efficient central air systems. From professional sales and expert installation of central AC systems to repairs and ductless AC systems, we can handle all your needs. For total peace of mind, call SEC today. Dr. Brian Hollis is Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Dr. Hollis has an excellent reputation for bringing state-of-the-art technology and the highest standard of patient care to Ascension. He attended LSU Dental School, and he completed a residency to become a board-certified specialist in orthodontics. An avid supporter in our community, Dr. Hollis is married to Celeste Pyron Hollis, and they have 4 children. Dr. Hollis, Ascension Parish's orthodontist. Grow up smiling with Hollis Orthodontics.
Hi, we are live with the PPTV network, where one of the top athletes is about to make his important decision. We know his character, and nothing will hold him back.
I'm glad to have my family and friends here for this choice. It's more than my career. It will affect the rest of my life. I choose Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
The decision is in. Why choose Peak?
The reputation and their record of success is unmatched.
When it matters most, another patient chooses Peak Performance Physical Therapy.
For your car. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants to buy your car. It's fast, easy, and fair. No matter what make, no matter what model, no matter what mileage. The Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center wants it. And we'll pay you cash for it, even if you don't buy from us. It's the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales. Cash for your car at the Ross Downing Buick GMC Buying Center in Gonzales.
No one teaches you what to do immediately after an accident. Once everyone is safe, your first call should be to an attorney, not the insurance company.
Don't let the insurance company take advantage of you at your time of need. Call the Title Law Firm. We'll walk you through what you need to do in real time.
But you can take advantage of the Title Law Firm's 30 years of experience.
Before you call your insurance, make a free, no-obligation call to the Title Law Firm.
Call 756-0007 when you're injured. You gotta call Title.
Welcome back, and we are here at the Rev Game of the Week at Johnny Ambeau Park here in Gonzales, home of the East Ascension Spartans. And today we will be broadcasting Game 1 of a scheduled doubleheader, as Mike Moeller's here with us, and he's here at the stadium every time you come out here. You can see his number in the outfield, retired. And we welcome you as we're ready for East Ascension and Dutchtown. I'll turn it over to Mike, and we'll talk about the coaching matchup between Coach Shake and Coach Cowan.
Yeah, let's look at the coaches for the teams today. For East Ascension, we got Cade Cowan. He's in his 6th season here at East Ascension. Record of 78 and 105 overall. 26-21 in district and 3-4 in the playoffs since he's been here. The matchup against Dutchtown since Cade's been here is 6-6, so pretty even matchup right there. For the Dutchtown Griffins, you got Chris Shakesnyder in his 16th year. Comes in with a record of 375 wins and 180 losses and 2 ties overall. In district plays 134-44 and 26-12 in the playoffs. Since Coach Shake has been there, his matchups against the Spartans, his record is 26-11.
And so that's what we have set up between our two coaches here, as we're playing a doubleheader today. And I guess I can go over what has transpired here this week. This game, you may recall, was supposed to be a home-and-home doubleheader to be played on Saturday. They were going to play the morning game at Dutchtown, and then they were going to play the evening game here at East Ascension. But the weather is supposed to be getting really bad overnight, and there's a pretty good chance of rain during the day tomorrow. So out of caution, and being that they have to get these games in by Monday, they decided to move them up to Friday. And just the logistics of it, they're going to play both games at East Ascension, and they're going to play the JV and freshman games at Dutchtown, because it just wouldn't make sense to end this game at about 6 or 7 and go across town and then play a second game. So they're going to play both games here. Dutchtown's the home team for game 1. East Ascension will be the home team for game 2. We will only be broadcasting game 1. So plenty of time to come out here and enjoy these games if you want to see the end of district play here in District 5A. And when we look at the district, this is the final series, and there's still some impact games. This is not necessarily one of them, as the two teams are kind of locked into their spots right now as you look at the standings right there, Mike.
Yeah, so I mean, we know Live Oak's coming in at 7-1, and if I'm not mistaken, they still have to play Santa Maria.
Yeah,
another game, right? So
yes, they still have 2 against Santa Maria.
Yeah, 2 against Santa Maria. So I mean, if you look at Dutchtown here, they can, I mean, with 2 wins here, they can actually hop up into second place in the district, because Live Oak comes in at 7-1 and Santa Maria at 7-1. Also, however, if they split, then they're both 7 or 8-2, and they'll split the district championship. But you got Dutchtown coming in at 5-3, Denham Springs at 3-5, and both Walker and East Ascension come in at 1-7.
Yeah, and the Live Oak Santa Maria game will determine who the district champion will be. Dutchtown, like you said, they can move up to second with a sweep on either end, but they can't win the district. And so that was decided last night when Live Oak and Santa Maria both won their games. East Ascension, theoretically, if they sweep, could move up to 4th place and tie with Denham Springs. So there is some movement, but a district title is not at stake here. But just because the district title is not at stake, that doesn't mean that there's a big impact in this game. And the big impact is really on the Dutchtown side. Dutchtown needs a sweep here. These are their final 2 games of the season, and so these are their final 2 chances to stay in the top 8 in the power ratings. And when you talk about the power ratings, it's really important this season, more than seasons in the past, to be in that top 8. And maybe you can explain a little bit of that.
Yeah, so I mean, the top 8 this year, now with the new playoff format, they're going to get they're all going to get the first round byes, right? So the seeds 9 through 24 will play the first round. Seeds 1 through 8 will sit out. So and the first round, typically we're used to just a one and done, right? Then second, third round we go to the 2 out of 3. Well, now you're going to have 1 through 8 will have their first round byes, but the 9 through 24 teams, they're going straight to the 2 out of 3, best 2 out of 3 series right out of the gates. So whenever they finish those bye districts, then then you go to regionals, and then that's when your seeds 1 through 8 will become a factor.
And that would save your pitchers for sure, because if you can get a first round bye, then you don't have to worry about throwing a couple of people and then maybe using a lot of your staff in that first round series before you face one of the top 8 teams. So that's the biggest reason why this is important. And Dutchtown right now is at 6 in the power ratings. But the problem is, even with a sweep, they're going to fall a little bit in the power ratings because of East Ascension's standings and record in the power ratings, because with their 1-7 district, 4-24 overall, they're going to lose points overall, and so Dutchtown could drop as much as maybe half a point, and that could mean they could drop to maybe 8 or 9, and the difference between 8 and 9 could be huge.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like we talked about, you want to get that first round bye. You want to be one of those 1 through 8. I mean, ultimately, you want to be 1 through 4, so where you can have that home field advantage throughout. But getting in that top 8 and getting that first round bye is always huge. Get a little bit of rest, clean up some, knock off some cobwebs or whatever if you have any. And if you just miss that 8 spot and fall into that 9 spot last day of the season, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can use that as momentum. Hey, we're going to still keep playing. We're hot. Even if, you might come off a couple wins, 2, 3, 4 wins or something like that. Get a little momentum going. But, I mean, when it's all said and done, you want to be one of the top 8 spots.
And you're looking at East Ascension, and basically what they're playing for is pride here. They have a chance to maybe knock Dutchtown out of that top 8 spot, and that's a big deal, because you can have bragging rights over your crosstown rivals, because if Dutchtown splits or gets swept tonight, there's no chance of getting a top 8 seed. They have to sweep, and that's why this game's important to Dutchtown. So you're really going to see spoiler mode tonight on the East Ascension side. And when we talk about the third team in this district out of Ascension Parish, as you see Dutchtown right there in their road grays. Even though they're going to be the home team tonight, they're going to play the doubleheader, of course, so they decide to wear the gray. But Santa Maria has a chance to break into the top 8 as well. They're playing Live Oak. We talked about that, a district title potentially on the line. If Santa Maria can sweep Live Oak, they're almost certainly going to get into the top 8. If they split, they need some help, but they could still get there. If they get swept, then they're not going to probably make it into that top 8. So there's a lot of impact games this weekend in District 558 across Ascension Parish.
Yeah, a lot of scenarios going on. I mean, you're talking about the Santa Maria Live Oak matchup. If Santa Maria sweeps Live Oak, I mean that's a ton of power points right there. Could catapult them into that top 8, even maybe even a little higher. However, Live Oak, I think if they get swept by Santa Maria, they probably still stay in the top 8.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't think there's not much of a. I mean, obviously you want to get the highest seed you can, but as far as urgency, I think Santa Maria may have a little bit more. I don't want to say to play for. You always want to win the game, but they might have a little bit more urgency to win those 2 games than Live Oak.
And you can see right there, Coach Cowan and Coach Shake are meeting at the Dutchtown dugout on the first base side of the field, and I'm scared that we may be missing umpires again here, and so
kind of par for the course for us this year.
Exactly. So I don't see any umpires out here, and they're talking about stuff in the dugout right there. So while we wait for everything to be sorted out, let's go ahead and take another break. As you see, look what we got here.
Good camera work right there.
I tell you what,
out there in the parking lot.
We got some Emmy Award-winning camera operators out there as the umpires are coming to the field. But we're still going to take a short break and let them get things sorted as we are preparing for Game 1, East Ascension at Dutchtown. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
Daily routines change, but the land stays the same. There's ground to cover, a herd to feed, and you still have to make it back in time to get a clean start on tomorrow. So run with us on a John Deere Gator, because being linked to the land means the work never stops. Nothing runs like a Deere.
At Ascension Equipment, save more today and mow tomorrow.
You care about your car. So do we. Donaldsonville Glass and Body has been around for over 40 years, providing unparalleled collision repairs and customer service, especially when you and your car are having the worst day ever. When you demand exceptional workmanship, call Donaldsonville Glass and Body. Free pickup for your collision repairs and get it back as good as new. It's your choice, so why not choose the best? Donaldsonville Glass and Body.
The A-Team at Eustis Mortgage, here to serve all your home lending needs. Our company is a Louisiana-based family-owned mortgage company. Our mission is to provide custom-tailored mortgage solutions while educating our clients and providing the highest level of customer service during the transaction. Whether you're buying a home or looking to refinance, we would love to be of assistance to you. The A-Team at Eustis Mortgage is a proud supporter of Ascension Parish Athletics.
Piku Builder Supply, your one-stop lumberyard, provides an extensive selection of quality building supplies for your new construction and remodeling. We offer computer-aided estimating of your building and remodeling plans, as well as blueprint copies. From humble beginnings to becoming the industry leader in Gonzales and beyond, Piku proudly supports our local community because we believe in giving back to those who have had a hand in our success. Let the experts at Piku Builder Supply help you with your new project today.
And a national anthem performed as we are ready for the beginning of Game 1 of the doubleheader between East Ascension and Dutchtown. And East Ascension will be the visiting team for Game 1, so Mike will go through their batting order right now.
Leading off for the Spartans today, playing third base, Hudson Browning. The second baseman, Wes Boudreaux, bats second. In the three-hole, the right fielder is going to be Petrie Thompson. Hitting fourth, Jace Babin. He plays shortstop. First baseman, Bryce Murden, bats fifth. Batting 6th, the pitcher, Luke Connerly. Connerly batting 7th, Blake Smith. He's the designated hitter. Batting 8th, Caden Gotro. He's playing center field. And the left fielder, Ryder Brown, will hit 9th.
And kind of deja vu for Dutchtown, as we're going to see the same pitcher that we saw last week in our game of the week against Santa Ma, as William Kibbe goes through his warm-ups right here for the Griffins. And Mike will give you a little bit of stats for
Yeah, William coming in. He's got 36 and a third innings on the season so far. Comes in with a 2.12 ERA and a record of 3-2. We saw him pitch pretty well last week. Just got outdueled just there at the end. Kept his team in the game. I think the final was 3-1. But just fell on the short end of the stick last week, but threw the ball well. Going to throw strikes. He doesn't strike out too many. He's got 19 punch outs in those 36 innings, but only 13 walks.
He got in a little trouble in that 5th inning and had to be taken out, and the bullpen came in, and he got the loss 3-1. And really the only issue that I might have seen, and we brought it up a couple of times, was he can tend to get behind some of the batters, had some 2-0 counts, but he was also able to work his way out of it a bunch of times.
Yeah, but we also alluded to the fact that, if you live behind, sooner or later it's going to catch up to you, right? And like you said, pretty much in every inning he was behind a couple hitters, a lot of traffic on base, and I mean you can pull Houdini for only so long, right, and escape those jams. And in that 5th inning, Santa Ma finally busted through.
And so 1, 2, 3 ready to go for East Ascension. Hudson Browning, Wes Boudreaux, and Petrie Thompson for the Spartans. And so Hudson Browning will face Kibbe. And the first pitch, it's a little high, ball 1. Swing and a miss. So the count even, 1-1 to Browning. Just a freshman playing third base. He was a catcher when we saw them against Santa Ma. And that's a little bit outside, count 2-1. Easily the best offensive player for the Spartans this year.
Yeah, I mean, comes in hitting .344. He leads the team in at-bats with 90 and hits with 31. He's got 10 RBIs on the season. I mean, when we saw him the first time against Dutchtown, he was aggressive. He swung at the first pitch first couple times up to bat. Had a couple knocks that game. Mm-hmm. So kind of looking for him to do the same thing. Now, with the count 2-2 now, should be looking to pull the trigger on something.
Grounded in the hole and a base hit. And that's where we saw him hit the ball when we had the Santa Ma game. He just hit him straight to the shortstop, Mole. But that time he found the hole. And the leadoff batter is on.
Yeah, good job. Good at bat right there by Browning. Runs the count to 2-2. Ball looked like he might have got in on him just a little bit, but fights it off in that 6-hole for a base hit to lead off the inning for the Spartans.
Boudreaux at the plate, the second baseman. Average lead at first for Browning. Nice strike right down the middle. Count 0-1. And that's up the middle. And it's stopped, and the second baseman grabs it off the ground and is able to get the force at second. That's a great job by the second baseman, Green, picking it up. And maybe even a better job by McCoy, stabbing it up the middle.
Yeah, heads up. Looked like McCoy tried to give, a little slide right there. Was going to give a quick flip to Green. Wasn't able to come up with it cleanly, but Green right at the right place at the right time to pick it up to force that out, first out at second.
And good job of keeping his foot on the bag as he reached for the ball. So the force gets Browning at second, and Boudreaux is at first. And a swing and a miss by Petrie Thompson, the leading home run hitter on this team with 2, has 8 RBIs on the year.
Got 8 bags, too. He's going to run if he gets on. Saw him hit a couple rockets against Santa Ma. Pulled one of those doubles down the line.
And there's a possible double play ball. Shortstop to first, and it's a double play, 6-3. So Thompson hits into a double play to end the inning. No runs on a hit and no errors, and 1 nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. And no score as we go to Mike, and he'll give you the batting lineup for Dutchtown.
Leading off today for the Griffins, Casey McCoy. He plays shortstop. Batting second, the right fielder, A.K. Burrell. Pearson Powell, the left fielder, hits third. And batting cleanup, Corner Hanbury. He'll be the DH. Batting fifth, Caden Hughes at first base. Batting sixth, Jackson Burat. He plays third. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Carter Decato. Batting eighth, the catcher, Zach Berry. And in the 9 hole, the second baseman, Abram Green.
And they will face Luke Connerly for East Ascension. And when you look at his stats across the board, he's the team leader in all categories.
Yeah, Luke, we saw him just absolutely blossom last year towards the end of the season. Threw the ball exceptionally well. He's got a really good breaking ball. He can move it all over the place in the strike zone. Looks like had a little trouble with the strikes. He's got 35 innings on the season, but he's got 25 walks. So, when you have that traffic on the base, you look at his 4.12 ERA, probably a lot of that is coming from that, that lack of control that he experienced a little bit earlier in the year, but looks to have settled down as of late. So I expect this to be a tight game because if Luke's on, he is tough to hit.
Right, and he's looking for his first win of the season, and this would be a great way to end his season with a win against Dutchtown. And part of the reason why he might be looking for his first win, he's the guy that you're going to throw probably against your other team's best starter. And so it's been a hard luck season for East Ascension, and I'm sure it's been hard luck for him as he's always facing the top pitchers on the other side. And so he's finishing his warm-ups, and he's going to face 1, 2, 3 for Dutchtown: McCoy, Burrell, and Powron. Yeah, we are just about ready. No score, bottom of the first. Very fast top of the first inning. Had the base hit to start the inning, and then you had the force at second, and then a double play short to first.
Yeah, very efficient by Kibbe right there. Kept his pitch count down. When you work ahead, good things happen, right?
Now Casey McCoy at the plate. And there's a nice breaking ball for a strike. McCoy, red hot. Last time he came up to bat, he hit a 3-run bomb last night against Denham Springs. And there's another nice breaking ball for a strike. So quickly 0-2.
That's kind of Connolly's MO right there. He loves to pitch backwards, and by that I mean typically you'll see pitchers get ahead with fastball, and then put you away with the breaking stuff. Connolly does quite the opposite. He'll get ahead with his breaking stuff, his slow stuff, and that just makes the fastball look that much quicker.
And got 3 straight breaking balls over the plate. Caught him looking.
Yeah, that's good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Oh, wow. That's a great start for Connerly as McCoy caught looking, and A.K. Burrell comes to the plate. Fouled away. 0-1. Burrell 329 on the season. 0-1 count. And that's up the middle for a base hit. So Burrell reaches with 1 out in the bottom of the first, and we're going to turn it over to Mike, and he's going to give you the defensive starters for EA.
Defensively today for the Spartans in the outfield from left to right, Ryder Babin, Caden Gotro, and Petrie Thompson. On the infield, Hudson Browning at third base, Jace Babin is your shortstop, Wes Boudreaux at second, and Bryce Merton at first. The battery today for the Spartans doing the catching, Mac Beal, and on the bump, Luke Connerly.
And ball high to Pearson Pyron.
Yeah, Burrell probably up there hunting that curveball as he saw. I mean,
yeah.
You saw McCoy take 3 of them for strikes, so you know he can flip it in there in the strike zone. Burrell got one just a little up in the zone, did exactly what he's supposed to do, hit it right back up the middle for a base hit.
And Pyron hits an easy fly to right field, and Petrie Thompson makes the catch for the second out. As Pyron flies to right, Burrell stays at first. So 2 outs, and this will bring up Carter Hanbury. He's DH today. He was the right fielder last Saturday in our game against the Gators. coming off of an injury that kept him out for a few weeks. And fakes going, and in the throwback to first back in time. Burrell went about a quarter of the way, maybe a third of the way, and then retreated back to first, and the throw did not get him in time.
Probably didn't feel it. Probably didn't feel like he got a good jump, so that's when you got to get back, right?
8 bags on the season, not going again. Fouled away. 0-2, and so Connerly 1 strike away from retiring the side and not giving up any runs.
Yeah, when Connolly's working ahead, he's tough to hit because you don't know what he's going to try to finish you with, if that fastball or breaking ball. He can throw them all for strikes.
He's going, and the pitch is a ball, and the tag missed by the shortstop Babin. Tried to get him on the foot, but Burrell was already past him, and that's Burrell's 9th bag of the season.
I think actually that was Boudreaux that received that throw to the second baseman there. But just a little bit tardy. Burrell's got some wheels, tough to get him.
So runner in scoring position. Base hit could give Dutchtown the lead. And it's hit straight to the second baseman. And a throw to first for the out. Boudreaux to Murden, 4-3. And the side is retired. No runs on 1 hit and no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the, go to the top of the second, and there's no score. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Hollis Orthodontics, Cotta Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, SEC Heating and Air, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Advantage Therapy, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week as we start the top of the second. No score between Dutchtown and East Ascension. And 4, 5, and 6 coming to the plate. Ball to Jace Babin. So it'll be Babin, Murden, and Connerly. And there's a strike called, 1-1. East Ascension got a hit in the top of the first, but they were 1-2-3 as the hit by Browning was erased by a double play. And the ground ball to first, and Hughes makes the stop and goes to the bag himself. 3 unassisted for the first out. And let's look at the Dutchtown defense.
Defensively for the Griffins today in the outfield from left to right, Pearson, Pyron, Carter, Decato, and A.K. Burrell. On the infield at third base, Jackson Burat, Casey McCoy plays shortstop, Abram Green at second, and Caden Hughes at first. The battery today for the Griffins. Doing the catching, Zach Berry, and on the hill, William Kibbe.
And at the plate is Bryce Murden, the first baseman for East Ascension. 1 ball, and there's a bouncer to the shortstop, and good grab by Caden Hughes off the bounce. That looked like an awkward play as McCoy had to wait for the bounce, and that made him have to rush the throw, and it was bounced to Hughes, but Hughes was able to grab it.
Yeah, it looked like McCoy wasn't quite sure what hop he wanted to get. He started to charge it, but then it was like, whoa, I better back up a little bit because I probably played myself into an in-between hop. Luckily on the turf, you get pretty true hops. Took 1 step back. Good throw and good pick by Caden at first base.
And that'll bring up Luke Connerly, the pitcher. He's the team leader in walks with 15. And there's a 2-0 count. Trying to get his 16th base on balls on the season. 1 pitch away. So both of these pitchers working very quickly, but Connerly has worked a 3-0 count. And there's your strike. Taking all the way. And that's flown to right center. Could be trouble. The right fielder getting there. Makes the catch. A.K. Burrell grabs it at the last second for the third out. And so 1-2-3. First unassisted. Grounder to short and a fly to right. No runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And so we're going to go to the bottom of the second with no score. And so we're going to, during this middle of the inning, we're going to look at the seniors for East Ascension.
There they are right there from left to right. We have Blake Smith, Petrie Thompson, Mac Beal, Peyton Melanson, Reed Gomez, Chase Babin, Jathan Wilson, the manager Matthew Jones, Luke Connerly, and Bryce Murden, along with Coach Cade Cowan.
And this senior class, they had a playoff victory their sophomore season, and they're finishing their careers this weekend as they are looking for the opportunity to play spoiler. Like we said here today, they could really throw a monkey wrench into Dutchtown's plans to stay in the top 8.
Yeah, I mean, so far, look, I'm telling you, when Connerly's on, he can wreak some havoc. I mean, he pitched very well against the Griffins last year. I think he had, maybe 11 or 12 punch outs, and then we did the game when he pitched against Santa Maria. Ended up losing 1-0 because they got no hit, but pitched beautifully in that game as well. So I mean, we got some history here. If Connerly's on, he's going to give the Griffins some fits.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was talking about or alluding to in the top of the first inning. He's lost some games, but he's a hard luck loser when it comes to that because he always faces a quality opponent. He always faces a good pitcher. And the last time we saw him was that 1-0 game. He made one mistake, and that ball was hit out to right field by Lee Amadei, and that was the only run of the game, 1-0. And so we'll see what he does here today. So far, he's off to a good start. Faced 4 and got through the inning with no runs, and now we're going to see 5, 6, 7 for Dutchtown.
Man, just an update. We got Santa Maria and Live Oak playing each other today, so apparently they figured on rain again as well tomorrow. After 1, I think the score is 0-0.
So we'll keep you up to date on that. And so 1-1 count to Caden Hughes. We're going to see Caden Hughes, Jackson Burat, and Carter Decato for the Griffins here in the bottom of the second. Strike called on that inside corner.
Good pitch right there. Great pitch. I mean, that's the difference, about 2 or 3 inches from being 2-1 behind the hitter to 1-2.
Right.
Now you've shown you can pitch inside, so that opens up a ton of options for Connolly.
And that one was a little high and inside, so the count's even. 2-2 to the first baseman for the Griffins. And a swing and a miss. Strike in the dirt, throw to first. And he gets them, so that's the second strikeout of the day for Luke Connerly. And you talked about it earlier. There may be some control issues here and there, but it looks like his control is here today.
Yeah, we didn't see him earlier in the season, but, I mean, you just kind of look at the numbers, and the walk total and everything, but he looks to me like he's tightened everything up. I mean, great execution right there. Elevate the fastball. If you don't get a swing, then you come back with that breaking ball in the strike zone and then dip it out of there, and you're going to get a swing, especially when you're ahead in the count.
Jackson Burat, the third baseman. And he gets a 2-0 count to start his at-bat. (3-0) to the RBI and walk leader on the team. He has 21 RBIs on the year, 23 walks. And he's also, along with Pearson Pyron, the only Griffin to play in all of the games this season. And a 4-pitch walk I hate when I curse
I know,
things.
right?
We're talking about. I've been very impressed with the control from Connerly, and then you get a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Connolly's a gamer. He's going to figure it out. That was, first lefty he faces right there. Maybe just a little visual difference. Kind of may have, I don't want to say got in his head, but maybe threw him off a tick right there. But he's a gamer. He'll gather back.
And inside to Decato. Kind of steps back, tries to dramatize it a little bit. Gets the ball called, and you got to look for Burat to maybe be in motion right here. He has 10 bags on the season. 1 out, runner on first. And a good breaking ball. And it's 1-1.
I like that pitch. I thought he would have went to that pitch, first pitch of the hitter after he threw a couple 2-3 balls in a row to walk Burat. A lot of times you'll come back and throw that first pitch of the next hitter, a breaking ball, just to kind of get the rest of those fastballs out of your head.
And he's going, and a swing and a miss, and the catcher, Beal, just couldn't clutch the ball, and it's going to be a stolen base. Had a little trouble getting it out of his glove, it looked like. And so with a 1-2 count, you have a runner on second in scoring position. Second runner in scoring position. Second stolen base of the day for Dutchtown. And that's fouled away. So the count will remain 1-2. We're in the bottom of the second, no score. Dutchtown is the home team, and it's not a mistake. They are playing this game at East Ascension, but they're playing the doubleheader today. Both games here at East Ascension. Dutchtown will be the home team for game 1. East Ascension will be the home team for game 2. And, that was close.
Yeah, not sure where that pitch was. I mean, I know for sure Connolly, we've seen a lot of fastball, breaking ball. But I know he likes that changeup a lot, so I don't know if he's he's thrown a couple, but might be waiting to pull that thing out of his pocket maybe second, third time around for these hitters. So he's got a good one of those also.
2-2. And punches him out. Second caught-looking strikeout of the day. Third strikeout overall for Connerly, and now he's got his control back.
Yeah, just took a little
at the plate, the catcher number 11, Zach Barrett.
A little time, and then I just love the fact that, hey, let's get away from the fastball. We got a little while with it, right? We know we can control that breaking ball. Get that confidence back, work in the zone with that thing, and then come back with that fastball.
And Zach Berry takes ball 1. He's the catcher for the Griffins. He's having a good season. He's hitting .283. Has a chance to pick up his 14th RBI right here. As Burat is at second base. And there's one at his elbows. 2-0. So like we said, this is a doubleheader. Dutchtown home team for game 1. Both games will be played here. It just makes more sense to do that instead of traveling across town for game 2. There are games at Dutchtown. The JV game is taking place right now, and the freshman game will be taking place after that. Good job by both coaches making this work out. And that's low, and Burat's going to go to third, and the throw is wide. And Barry draws a walk, and so Burat's going to go to third, so we got first and third.
And see that fastball right there in the dirt, or in the turf, I should say.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit too tough for Mac Beal to block and keep right in front, but kind of had a chance over there, threw that ball just a little bit wide. Good job by Browning. Getting down there and blocking that ball instead of trying to pick it. And if you miss it, it goes into left field and you're down 1-0, right?
Exactly. And Barry's at first now. He's the catcher. So that kind of tells you what his tendencies are to steal. He has 1 on the season, so he's probably staying there. Abram Green at the plate. So this game, the doubleheader taking place, they had to move it up because you're expecting rain tomorrow. I believe that East Ascension has a game scheduled for Monday, so they couldn't do the Thursday-Monday deal as Barry goes to second.
just after you said probably not stealing.
Well, I think that I don't think they were really anticipating that. He said, "Well, if nobody's going to even challenge me, I'll just take that bag." And It was a good pitch to go on because it was in the dirt. Swing and a miss. So first base is open, but they're going to pitch to Green. You don't want to face McCoy in the leadoff spot on deck. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, I don't expect Connerly to throw anything other than breaking balls right here. Maybe a fastball out of the zone to try to get a chase. But he's just got such good control with the breaking ball right now.
Oh, and it gets another strikeout, but it's in the dirt. They have to throw to first, and they do. And it's 3 strikeouts in the inning with 2 walks. And so no runs, no hits, no errors. 2 left. We go to the third, no score. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Still scoreless, number 2.
ETEL is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services, to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Gaucher and Ambeau, Our Lady of the Lake Health, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Walk-Ons, Austin Fire Systems, Eustis Mortgage, SKR Construction, for their support of our EA Sports Medicine Program.
Top of the third at Johnny Ambeau Park in Gonzales. East Ascension at Dutchtown at EA, if that makes sense. And first pitch to the number 7 hitter, Blake Smith, is a ball, so it's 1-0 to the leadoff hitter. You're going to see 7, 8, 9, Smith, Gotro, and Brown. And that's fouled away. So 1-1 to count to Blake Smith. So far, Kibbe has faced the minimum, did give up a hit, and that base runner was erased by a double play. Count now 2-1. And 3-1. And again, that's the story that we had last week against Santa, as Kibbe will get you some high ball counts, but then he comes back with a strike and fails the count. 3-2. And a leadoff walk. Probably didn't want to do that, especially at the bottom of the lineup, as East Ascension, the bottom of their lineup, doesn't have a high batting average. You probably want to challenge them a little bit, but you don't want to give up a walk to your leadoff hitter at the bottom of the lineup like that.
Yeah, I mean, typically, that leadoff hitter they talk about, from a pitching standpoint, no 0 out or 2 out walks. Those are the ones that come back to haunt you.
And that's up at the head of Caden Gotro, breaking ball that did not break. Smith at first, nobody out, 1 bag on the season. Has a decent lead. Time called. This is the second base runner of the day. Browning had a leadoff single, but he was erased by a double play. Well, actually, Boudreaux was after the fielder's choice. There's a strike. So the count 1-1. and drops one. Trying to catch the third baseman by surprise. Has to hurry. Safe. And you had Burat that was playing right at the edge of the dirt, playing back, and that was a beautiful bunt.
Textbook bunt right there by Gautreaux. I mean, you got to get it, with a step going towards first base. You want to get it in between the baseline and the grass/green turf if you can, just to keep it tight there. Burat did all he could. Came in, made charge it. Clean transition. Just a little bit late there at first base.
So no outs, 2 on after the walk and the bunt single, and now you see another bunt dropped, and the pitcher will throw to first. And this is where you want to be, 1-4 sacrifice. And the thing is, this brings up Hudson Browning, the RBI leader, the batting average leader, with ducks on the pond, second and third with 1 out. Here's the question, though, do you pitch to him?
Well, I mean, obviously, if you did a great job by East Ascension right there to getting these runners in scoring position. You do have a base open, but I think it's quite early maybe to start pitching around. I don't know. But Browning is the guy that you want up. He's going to swing the bat. He got a base hit his first time up. Got a couple guys in scoring position, especially with less than 2 outs, trying to get to the first Spartan run pushed across.
1-0 to the leadoff hitter. 1 for 1, has one of the 2 hits for East Ascension. And that is a fair ball, and that's going to go for extra bases. And East Ascension takes a 2-0 lead off the stand-up double by Hudson Browning. And he extends his RBI lead to 12 for this team.
Well, I'll tell you what, he got a ball up and in and not phased at all. He absolutely torches this ball down that third baseline. Way too hard for Jackson Burat to even make a play on, but good job by Pearson Pollen out there getting that ball in, keeping Brown to a double as he knocks in the first 2 runs of the game for the Spartans.
So 2-0, East Ascension with the lead, and there's a drive to short, and it's grabbed in the dirt, and you're going to get a double play out of that, as Green got it before it took a hop, throws to McCoy, and Browning is doubled up. And so 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. So it's 2-0 as we go into the bottom of the third. East Ascension with the lead over Dutchtown, and let's look at Dutchtown's district schedule.
Yeah, so you see there they've got 5 wins against 3 losses. They sweep Walker, their first 2 wins of the district, and then they go to Live Oak, get swept 2 really close games, one in extra innings, but both games only lose by 1 run, pick up that first W against Santa Ma, and ended up splitting when they dropped the one last week 3-1. And they went ahead and swept Denham Springs, picked up 2 good wins there as they shut them out 2-0 and 8-0. And now here at East Ascension trying to finish up district play tonight.
Right, and you had the back-to-back shutouts against Denham Springs, and then East Ascension comes back, one of the lighter hitting teams in the district, and gets 2 runs here in the third, and they catch Dutchtown by surprise. That Browning just had a great shot down that third baseline and can't do much about that. Got the 2 runs in, and that's where we stand.
Yeah, textbook baseball right there by the Spartans. They executed beautifully. We talked about, hey, that leadoff walk usually comes back to haunt you, right? Got a nice bunt signal. Got first and second, nobody out. Then we get an actual sacrifice bunt to get your leading RBI guy up to the dish, and he delivers with a 2-run double.
So great coaching job there by Cade Cowan, doing everything the way he needed to do it.
Great coaching, but even better execution.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's easy to put the plays on, but somebody's got to carry it out.
Now in the top of the third, bottom of the third, it's 1-2-3, and there's a quick bouncer to the shortstop, and the throw in time, Babin to Murden for the first out, 6-3. It's a 1 pitch, 1 out.
Good play right there by Babin. Only had 1 play. Had to charge that ball with everything he had. Good transition. Got rid of it quickly, and just a bang play for that first out at first base.
Now A.K. Burrell at the plate. He has the only hit so far for the Griffins.
Yeah, got a breaking ball up his last at bat, shot it right back up the middle. Stole the bag and then was stranded there.
Yep. Dutchtown has had a runner at second in the first and a runner at third in the second, but could not pick them up.
Say that 10 times real fast.
Out away. So Burrell, 329 on the season. And actually higher than that if you count his at-bat so far today. Oh, swung at one outside. Was underneath that pitch.
Big swing and a miss.
Yep.
That's that one that's at the top of the letters right there, just a bit above your hands. Looks like you can get to it, but not quite quick enough.
And that one's close.
Let's see if he comes back with breaking ball right here. Listen,
Right.
the way I look at it, hey, we're gonna get him off the plate a little bit, breaking ball, get him on his heels. Maybe come back with a breaking ball, see if he's still on his heels right here.
2-2.
Oh, fastball, buried it. Had him set up for a good breaking ball right there. Can't go away from it just because you gave up a hit on it to him your first at bat.
Yeah.
Got to go back and look. Hey, did I execute that? I mean, personally, I think the ball he got the hit on was up. Burrell did exactly what he was supposed to. If it's a little more, down in the zone, maybe you get a little weaker ground ball.
And you got 3-4 hitting behind him, so you can't get too cute right here. And that's hit to left. And it's right to the left fielder, Ryder Babin for the second out. So first two retired quickly by Luke Connerly, and now Pearson Pyron comes to the plate.
Yeah, Burrell hit that ball on the nose right there. Ryder Babin doesn't have to move very much at all. 2 steps to his left, makes a grab for the second out.
And this will bring up Pyron. He flew to right in the first. That's now trailing here in the bottom of the third. 2-0. A must win for Dutchtown, but they trail right now. And that's high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. And we call it a must win for Dutchtown. Dutchtown has to sweep East Ascension tonight, or else they probably lose any chance of getting a top 8 seed in a first round bye. And a check swing. They say went over the plate anyway, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, it's a 1-0 breaking ball right there. I mean, you typically not sitting on that if you're Pearson.
It's my mistake. It's 1-1. And it's fouled away. Now it's 1-2. So 1 strike away. Game still early, but East Ascension with the early lead. And a swing and a miss, and that's the 5th strikeout for Luke Connerly, and it's a 1-2-3 inning as he retires 1-2-3 in the batting order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the 4th. 2-0 East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
E-Tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Hollis Orthodontics, Tata Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, SEC Heating and Air, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Advantage Therapy, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
Welcome back to the Rev Game of the Week. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller, Johnny Ambeau Park in Gonzales. East Ascension leads 2-0 over Dutchtown as we go to the 4th, and it's 3-4-5. Petrie Thompson, Jace Babin, Bryce Murden, ball 1. Petrie Thompson grounded to short to in the first, actually hit into a double play. And he got underneath that one. And it's going to be trouble. But there to make the play is A.K. Burrell at the last second.
He came a long way, Burrell did, to catch that ball.
Hughes was kind of lost out there trying to track it down from behind, but a good job.
Yeah, that's almost an impossible play for the first baseman to go that far in that direction, looking directly back over his head, probably into the sun as well. So Burrell did a great job picking up on that. Got a full sprint in there to catch that first ball for the first out.
Just got underneath it, too. He was swinging for the fences. That's grounded to third. Burat double clutch to first. Hughes for the out. So 2 pitches. No, 3 pitches, 2 outs. And Bryce Murden comes to the plate. Babin is 0 for 2 on the day. Murden 0 for 1 in the second, grounded to short. Both these teams are playing like they have to get a second game in today. Strike called. Oh, nearly in the same spot, but just maybe a little low. 1-1. And that one's right at us. Hits the net, and it's 1-2. Oh, he lost that one. High on the release for sure.
Every now and then you got to do that. Keep them guessing.
Yep, 2-2. Trying to get a 1-2-3 inning. Overthrew that one in the dirt.
Yeah, it looks like when Kibbe gets a little wild, that front shoulder just flies open a little bit too early. Maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Just try to keep the upper body a little calmer and want to use that lower half to get some velocity.
And that's a bouncer to the pitcher's mound and the underhand toss for the third out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning, and no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left here in the third, or in the fourth. And we go to the bottom of the fourth, 2-0 East Ascension. And so here between innings, let's go to the power rankings.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the teams that we have in our district here. You see Live Oak there at number 4 right now, and they're playing Sandoval. Dutchtown comes in at number 7 today. You said big, crucial game for Dutchtown to try to keep that 7 spot or at least within the top 8. And then Sandoval comes in at number 10. They could gain some ground if they could pick up a sweep against Live Oak, because this year we got the 24 teams that will make the playoffs, and the 1 through 8 seeds will receive that first round bye.
Right, day by day for Dutchtown, you kind of got the flip-flop between them and the number 6 team, which is Neville, 4A team out of Monroe that's playing up in Division I non-select. And I believe they were at 6 this morning. But like I was mentioning earlier, the reason this has to be a sweep for Dutchtown is because of the power ratings. If you beat East Ascension, you're still going to drop a few points because East Ascension's power rating is a little bit low. And so if they lose one game, there's no chance.
Right.
But but then you compare Sandoval could split and still move up because they're playing the number 4 team in the state. And so they're going to get good power points, win or lose.
Right. I mean, they can gain the most ground, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously Dutchtown could lose a lot of ground, but if you look at Sandoval, they can gain the most ground. Live Oak, not so much, because if they do lose to Sandoval, I mean, they're losing to the 10th ranked team in the state.
Yeah. And the other 3 teams, Dedham Springs, Walker, and East Ascension, will not be playing in the postseason this season. So you have 3 teams, though, right now in the top 10. And so we go to the bottom of the 4th, and it's Hanbury, Hughes, and Burat, and a strike called.
Just a note on that Live Oak Sandoval game. Sandoval, they're still hitting in the second inning, and they're up 5-0. They got Dallas Moran pitching for them, so might be an uphill battle for Live Oak today.
And there's a base hit to left. I thought for a second there that Browning was going to stab it. It's hard to see with the sun's in our face.
It's in our laps, actually, yeah. I think. It is boiling right here.
But did get past Browning, so another base hit for the Griffins. That is hit number 2.
Yeah, good job by Hanberry right there. Got a breaking ball. It stayed over the inside part of the plate, turned on it, hit it just hard enough to get it past a diving Browning for a leadoff single.
Throw to first. Hanberry has 3 stolen bases. Had a leg injury earlier this season. And that's hit towards the gap. And it's going to go to the wall. And Hanberry's coming to third. And they're waving him home as Coach Harrell waves in the first run for Dutchtown on a double to the wall by Caden Hughes.
Yeah, Hughes jumped all over that pitch, shot it in the gap right there for a double. And good job by Hanberry. Picked up, knew exactly where that ball was hit. Never checked up. Didn't know, no contest to try to get him out at home plate right there as Dutchtown picks up their first run of the game.
So it's 2-1 and a runner in scoring position with no outs. And this is Jackson Burat. And he drops one. And that is, they're hoping it's going to go foul, and it does. But that was almost a nearly perfectly placed bunt.
Yeah, he caught Browning off guard right there, I think. I don't know if he knew he was supposed to maybe charge that ball or.
And he didn't even move. He didn't even flinch after the ball was, after the bunt was dropped.
Yeah, he's holding ground. He was staying at
He
third
knew
base
that
right
the only option was to pray that that ball went foul. And he's going to try to drop it again, and he's going to take a ball in the dirt. So Hughes has now tied Burat with 21 RBIs on the season. And that was his 4th double of the year. 1-1, no out, runner on second, 1 run already in, and a throw to second. Not in time. Hughes has 4 bags on the season. Decent speed if you pick up a base hit right here. And takes another one in the dirt. 2-1. This is the first adversity that Connerly has faced so far. We'll see how he reacts to it. The first baseman, Murden, is about 10 to 15 feet in the grass. Browning is back in the dirt, even with the bag. And he's going to drop one again, and it's a good one, and the throw gets away, and another run's going to score, and it's a tie game. So that's going to be an error on the pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, that was an excellent bunt right there by Burat, by the way. I mean, that's where you want to put it if you're bunting for a hit. Obviously, he's trying to give himself up to get that time run to third base right there. But Connerly, all he could do is pick it up, try to make it quick a throw as he can. Great job by Thompson right there from right field, backing up to make sure that Burat can't make it to second base.
Really good job, but he's going, and the throw is not going to be in time. And Burat is now tied for the lead with the batter at the plate, Decato, with 11 bags on the season.
Yeah, I like that. I like that coaching right there by Coach Shake. You know, you're the home team. You play when you're the home team. You play to tie because you always get last bat, right? If you're the visiting team, you want to play to get that winning run. So Shake tried to get that sack bunt to get that runner in third base with less than 2 outs.
And second pitch to Decato is a ball. Decato struck out looking last at bat. Murden was about 20 feet from the batter when the pitch was released. He's expecting bunt all the way, and he drops one. And will that go foul? No, and a beauty. First and third, no outs.
Another great bump. We've seen 3 or 4 down there. I mean,
that's the
third
one by
you're at, the hard one is the only one that ended up going foul, and it didn't go foul until it almost got to third base. So that's telling me, like, first 75 feet of that baseline, pretty level. We didn't see any of those balls in that area leak towards that foul line.
So now the go-ahead run is at third with no outs, and this is Zach Berry. And he has long ball power. He has a home run on the season. Also got 7 doubles. But a fly ball or even a double play could score a run right here. The middle infield playing back, and now the runner's going, and he's safe. Bounced to the shortstop, but could not make the play. It was close. Now Decato takes the lead back from Burat, 12-11 on stolen bases. They both
not to be outdone.
They both have a stolen base this inning. Second and third, no out. Strike called. Murden is playing in a little bit. He's still cautious of a bunt. Maybe even a safety squeeze right here. Now he's dropping back. That one's in the dirt. Count now 2-2, nobody out. Burat at third, Decato at second. Tie game 2-2, bottom of the fourth. Fouled away. So 2-2 count. What are you going to look for right here from the pitcher?
I'm thinking breaking ball. I mean, he really hasn't established that he can pinpoint that fastball quite yet. Maybe if you're ahead, 1-2, 0-2, you can throw that fastball, try to get a chase.
And that's flown to center field, should score a run. Center fielder makes the catch, and Dutchtown will take the lead, and the runner will go to third as well. So sack 8 as Barry flies out to Gotro. And Dutchtown has their first lead of the game, 3-2 with 1 out and a runner on third.
Yeah, Barry does exactly what he's supposed to do. He got that fastball up. That's pretty much, if you're looking from a pitching standpoint, that's, anything up in the zone that I hang is the only way I'm going to get beat.
And there's a line drive to Wes Boudreaux for the second out. And now we get to the top of the lineup. Casey McCoy, again, one of the hot bats for the Griffins, leading hitter, 356. He had a home run last night. Probably just looking for a base hit to pick up a run right here, though, with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 Griffins. And that's bounced towards the East Ascension dugout. And they'll give that back to the umpire. Get a new ball.
Good job. Connolly's thrown a lot of pitches this inning. Probably maybe a little fatigue, at least. Surprised to see maybe, one of the infielders or the catchers maybe should have went and talked to him, give him a little breather or something.
He's done a good job getting the 2 outs quickly after getting in trouble, as a ball is taken by McCoy, 1-1, 2 outs.
I mean, he's a gamer. He's not going to give up. He's going to come right at you.
Oh, strike called. Right at the belt. 1-2. Might have been a pitch he could have worked with right there. Two outs. Runner at third. Swing and a miss, and the catcher holds on for the third out. And so that's the second strikeout for McCoy. And so the Griffins score 3 runs on the 3 hits. 1 error, 1 left. And so we go to the top of the fifth. 3-2, Dutchtown leads East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
E-Tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Gaucher and Ambeau, Our Lady of the Lake Health, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Walk-Ons, Austin Fire Systems, Eustace Mortgage, SKR Construction, for their support of our EA Sports Medicine Program.
Well, we could use a little splash of water right now, Mike, with the sun beating right through the press box as we go to the top of the fifth. 3-2. Dutchtown leads East Ascension. This is Connerly maybe trying to surprise everybody, laying one down.
Yeah, figured they did it 3 times against me. Let me try that.
It's Connerly, Smith, and Gautreau, 6, 7, 8. It's a nice day. It's in the low 80s, but that window pane right there is not helping us out.
No, it's not. That sun's going to set right in the bleachers in front of us here before long.
And quick work by Kibbe. Strikes out Connerly looking, and by my accounts, that's his first strikeout of the game. Good time to have it. Get that first out here in the key 5th inning.
Yeah, and if you're Kibbe, I mean, your team just put up a 3-spot offensively and takes the lead. I mean, it's paramount right here that you shut this East Ascension offense down this inning and get your team back in the dugout.
And that's going to be a hard one. And they throw. Got him!
Great play.
Wow.
Great play. Right there, McCoy is the only person that can have a chance to make that play and get an out right there because, I mean, you got Abram Green charging in, whatever. He's going to have to throw off balance, but you got McCoy coming in. A lot of momentum going towards the base. Got to get rid of it quickly. He did to get that second out of the inning.
And I brought this up, and I got to reiterate it because this is what we brought up last Saturday. It's great luxury to have a guy coming in at shortstop like that because you had Pearson Pyron at shortstop because you had to take advantage of his arm right there. But Pearson Pyron is probably better suited for the outfield, and with McCoy making every play at short, you can move Pyron to the outfield and take advantage of his skills out there.
That way you can keep them both in the lineup, right?
Yeah.
They both offensively keep them in the lineup, and then you can get somebody in there DH for an added stick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, McCoy has not disappointed for sure since we've seen these at least the last game and a half that we've done for the Griffins.
Right. This is Caden Gautreau. He started the rally. Or he actually dropped the bunt the second after the walk. So he was the second batter to reach base in the rally in the 3rd inning. 1-1 is a count. Ooh, that looked inside. Count now 1-2. He started out the bunting clinic that we've seen so far today, dropping off a beautiful bunt down the 3rd baseline. And foul tip in the glove, and a fast inning. 1, 2, 3, 5th. So that's back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Bottom of the 5th, 3-2. Dutchtown leads East Ascension. And so now we move on, and Mike, we're going to take a look at the softball brackets that begin next week.
Yeah, so for the district here, we got Santa Maria, obviously ranked number 1. They're going to have a bye as they're 28-2. And then you'll see Dutchtown comes in at number 13. Barb, the number 20 team, will travel to Dutchtown to play that game. And then East Ascension's at 15. And Chalmette, the 18th seeded team, will travel right behind us to Lady Spartan Field to take on the East Ascension Lady Spartans.
When I looked at that bracket at first, I said, wait a minute, Barb has a losing record and they're on the road. Oh, wait, no, that's softball.
You're right. Yeah.
I was about to say.
They hadn't had 15 losses in 15 years, probably. I don't know.
Right. They're number 2 in the state right now, and according to the power rankings, that would be the potential quarterfinal matchup with Dutchtown. One of these 5A teams will probably have to go through Barb to do that. But when we look at the softball Santa Maria is probably going to have home games all the way through the quarterfinals, as they are favored to make it all the way back to Sulphur and their tournament to defend their title. But good job by Dutchtown getting a home game this season, and I want to say really congratulations to East Ascension, because they're 2 years from just rock bottom, and they're already hosting a playoff game. That's a good sign.
Kudos.
And a swing and a miss by Burrell, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, Kibbe made quick work of the Spartans in the top half of that inning.
Yep.
Connerly, not much of a rest, as he had quite the laborious inning last inning, as we see another bunt.
And it's going to go for another base hit. I tell you what, the bunting in this game has been nearly flawless.
I think we've seen more bunts in this game than we've done it since I've been doing these games for like 6-7 years.
Absolutely. But I think Coach Shake maybe found a weakness that he can exploit right there. That third baseline, as Browning's playing back, not expecting it, and they're just dropping him perfectly right there. And now Burrell at first with nobody out. He got his 9th stolen base earlier today, and he's going again. And no play as the ball goes in the dirt. Parent takes a ball as he pulls away.
Yeah, I like that right there. That's maybe was really trying to bunt right there, or maybe just kind of a decoy to where I can pull that bat back. I'm taking the pitch, but pull the bat back into Mac Beal's eyes just to kind of deter his vision, so Burrell could steal that bag safely.
Browning has been behind the plate a lot this season, but he's playing third today. Beal looks like he's having trouble picking up some balls. He's making some good stops, but he's just not been able to make the throws so far today. 2-0. Pyron takes ball 3. He's 0 for 2, looking to get on base for the first time. He flew to right and struck out. And Burrell, that's the insurance run. You're 6 outs away from winning game 1. So that extra run could make a big difference. Not close, and it's ball 4. So this is starting out a lot like the 4th inning, as the first 2 batters reach base. And now you're going to see Carter Hanberry, the cleanup hitter.
Yeah, we'll be interested to see if the cleanup hitter's going to lay down a bunt right here.
Well,
takes a long look at third base coach, so there may be something on.
Browning is not looking for it still.
I like that play right there by Connerly, the inside move right there to see if Hanberry is bunting, maybe if he gives it away a little early. That way you can put a play on defensively.
Both teams bunting the ball really well today. And a ball high. Wonder if you have anybody getting ready on the East Ascension side, as this is the 2nd inning in a row where
we can see the bullpen right there over that left field wall. That's where they'd be warming up. I don't see anyone getting hot quite yet.
Of course, you may have somebody that changes positions. We had that Saturday when Moran came in from left field. Count 1-1. And he does lay one down, and it's foul.
Okay.
And that's the cleanup hitter, and that's the weakest effort we've seen so far, trying to drop one.
Probably hadn't been bunting too much in his life.
No, I would doubt it.
Big guy hitting 4-hole, used to hitting bombs and gap shots.
and he's a linebacker on the football team.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of linebackers. You don't associate linebackers and bunting, even though they're not really in the same sport. 1-2. That's in the dirt. And I talked about Beal, and he's making good stops. He's keeping everything in front of him, and he's not letting anything get to the backstop. And that could put runners at 2nd and 3rd if he lets one go.
That's huge. And then you don't even have to try to bunt, right? That was a great stop by Beal right there.
And that's fly ball to right. Thompson camps under it, makes the catch. Burrell will tag to 3rd. No play. That's a sack to right for the first out. Burrell at third, Pyron at first. Caden Hughes coming to the plate. And he's been about the only Griffin that's made great contact here today as he had the double to the wall. Burrell had a nice hit earlier, but Hughes had the beauty to the gap last inning.
Burrell also had that hit a rocket to left field, a second at bat also.
Yes. But he's made probably the best contact today. He struck out and doubled as an RBI. There's a ball. Pyron has 7 stolen bases. And that's towards the gap, and a nice sliding play by Thompson for the out, but the run will score. They're going to throw to third and see if he left too early, but they say no, and so it's a sack 9 RBI, second RBI of the day for Caden Hughes, and it's 4-2.
Great play right there by Thompson. Comes in, do or die play, only one shot. He's got to make that sliding catch. Great concentration, gets up, fires it in. Knows he doesn't really have a chance to get Burrell tagging from third, but Coach Cowan pleading his he's got a little argument right now that he's thinking Burrell left a little early. As you saw, the relay came in, they threw the ball to third base and stepped on it, but the home plate umpire isn't having any of it.
No, and I don't think he's going to win this appeal right here, but he might also be getting an opportunity for his pitcher to catch his breath right here. That was a pivotal play in this inning, though, by a great catch by Thompson, because if you don't get it, the run's going to score regardless of whether he catches it or drops it, but you keep that runner from getting to second base and first and second with 1 out. Now you got a runner at first with 2 outs. And so that could ease some of the potential damage this inning.
Yeah, that's a big insurance run for the Griffins right there. Great execution also. I mean, that's your job if you're Caden Hughes, hit the ball to the outfield with a runner on third base with less than 2 outs. Get him in there for that 4th run of the game.
Now Jackson Buret at the plate. See if they're running Pyron here. He's got a good lead. He's going. Breaking ball strike, and the throw is off. Wouldn't have got him anyway.
Yeah, breaking ball in the dirt right there. Tough handle for Beal, but he handles it well, just kind of double clutches. Still tries to make that throw, but not quite in time.
Stolen base number 8 for Pearson Pyron. Now base hit by Buret. Scores another run. In the dirt. 1-1. Buret walked and stole a base. And he also dropped a bunt, and the pitcher threw it wide in an error. There's a bouncer to second. Boudreaux to first, to Murden for the out. And so you get 1 run on 1 hit and no errors, 1 left. And so we go to the 6th, and it's 4-2. Dutchtown leads East Ascension. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
E-Tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Hollis Orthodontics, Cotta Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, SEC Heating and Air, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Advantage Therapy, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
We go to the top of the 6th. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you at Johnny Ambeau Park in Gonzales. It's 4-2 East Ascension going into the top of the 6th. And you're going to see 9-1-2 Browning, and Boudreaux. Kibbe at work. Trying to hit that outside corner ball.
Ryder Babin.
Yeah, Ryder, I say Brown. Ryder Babin. That's my fault. And a strike called. So Kibbe got in trouble. Gave up that 2 RBI double to Browning in the 3rd. But other than that, he's been pitching well. As that's a fly to center. And Decato makes the out. For out number 1.
Yeah, it looked like Decato or Burrell either could have had a shot at that. The ball hung up there for a little while.
Check out that bad boy.
Houston LeBlanc making it happen for the Spartans over there. Quick to pick that bat up, get it back to the dugout.
Aaron and Derek LeBlanc, proud of their kid out there. 1 out. And a high chopper, 3rd to 1st, high, and stays on the bag. And that's a key out there because Browning's the guy with the RBI double, and you don't want to face him again the rest of the night. And if you can avoid him the rest of the night, then you got a good chance.
Yeah, he was aggressive right there. Just got on top of that high chopper. Those can cause some trouble sometimes with this turf. You're probably going to get a pretty true hop.
Yeah. And Burat had a little high throw, but a great job by Caden Hughes. Caden Hughes having a very nice game today.
Yeah, both offensively and defensively.
Yep. He's got 2 of the RBIs. A nice play right there. 2-0. 2-1. Wes Boudreaux. Browning hitting 344, who just bounced out. Boudreaux just behind him at 325. Then after that, there's a considerable drop. So this is a very important batter. And that's towards the hole, and it's going to get through.
Wes Boudreaux just sneaks that one right past a dive, and McCoy, 2 or 3 hopper right there in the gap. Big holes. McCoy kind of shaded towards the middle there.
That's the only thing that I've seen McCoy not get to in 2 games covering the Griffins. Now Petrie Thompson, who can tie it on 1 swing, just got under it in the 4th. Good lead by Boudreaux. Inside, ball 1. So 4-2. But a very big moment in the game. 2 outs, runner on first. And that's hit to short. And look at the grab.
Good timing right there.
McCoy gets just about everything that's hit his way and makes the 3rd out. And so that's no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. And it's 4-2 Dutchtown. And let's look at some of the upcoming games, which are to be determined.
Yeah, so we don't really have them scheduled, right? Because so Monday is the last scheduled game, right? Because the brackets come out Tuesday on the baseball side. So got to kind of wait to see what happens. If things kind of stay the same, there is a possibility that if Dutchtown and Santa Ma both win their first round matchups, they can meet in the second round. So we would do some of those games. Depending on, how they do, how the bracket just comes out a little bit different, we could pick up and maybe do one of the Santa Ma softball girl games at home, as they will be hosting or whatever. And, it's just up in the air. We hate to even say, we just give a couple scenarios that may happen, right? I mean, it's up in the air. There's 4 or 5 different scenarios that we could be covering. So
yeah, the most likely scenarios probably in a Santa Ma softball game, because we know there's going to be one after the first round, or maybe one of either Dutchtown or Santa Ma baseball, depending on where they fall in the power ratings. both of them may get buys in the first round, and then we would probably cover Santa Maria softball. But there's a lot of ways we could do it, and we'll let you know later in the week after the baseball brackets come out. But we will have playoff action here in Ascension Parish. That is a promise. 7, 8, 9. Going to face Connerly. That's Decato, Berry, and Green. And now I see, I'm going to bring this up as he takes the ball. Browning's looking for the bunt now. He's in the dirt. And Decato's fast. Decato dropped one earlier. But got to see a strike first. It's 2-0. Pitch, and that's sky high toward foul territory, and a sliding catch.
Well, Petrie Thompson's having a game. I mean, he's hit the ball on the nose 3 times and made some excellent plays out there in the outfield.
Boy, he has got a glove, that's for sure, and he's got a lot of range. So as you look at it, and he called off that second baseman right there, as it looked like Boudreaux may have been able to make the play.
And that's what you're supposed to do. Right field, any outfielder coming in, you're supposed to try to call off that infielder if they're still backpedaling away from home plate.
Strike called. Zach Berry has an RBI. He flew out to center. And that scored Burat. He also walked. Got to second, and that was it. Strike called. 0-2. And a base hit right up the middle. Solid hit by Zach Berry, and that's his first official at bat. 1 for 1 on the day.
Yeah, good job. Just hitting that ball right back where it came from. That's usually where you get yourself in trouble if on the offense right there. If you try to roll over a ball that's middle away or something like that, that's how the pitchers get you to eat out of their hand. Very good job right there. Not trying to roll over on that pitch, hitting it right back up the middle for a base hit.
And so we got a new hitter, Cooper Daly, who will hit for Green. And we have a pinch runner at first, Jackson Graddick. And Graddick is going on the first pitch. And that's, close play right there. Thought that he might have gotten him, but they're going to say he got underneath the tag. Maybe we have a replay here.
Great pick and tag right there by Wes Boudreaux. That was pretty quick. That's bang, bang right there.
That was close. His foot may have gotten underneath that, though.
Good throw by Beal. If you're going to one hop it, you want it to be a short hop so that middle infielder can handle it.
So Cooper Daly takes a ball. It's 1-1. He's been hit 6 times. He leads the team in that category. And it seems like every time I say somebody's leading the team in hit by pitch category, they get hit by pitch. Don't want them to get hurt or anything. 2-1 though, the count. That was close. Another insurance run at second, and Connerly looks Graddick back. Three and 1.
Just losing that ball just a little bit inside, maybe rushing front side, coming open just a little bit.
You're going to get...
Can't quite get that arm through the zone.
1, 2, 3 after this. Top of the lineup, and a strike called. So this is a big pitch right here. You could get 2 outs with the leadoff hitter coming up with only 1 runner on base. 3-2. And just a bit foul. Down to third base line.
3-2 breaking ball right there. Good pitch by Connerly, but Daly
Nearly.
He might have been expecting that right there as he took a pretty aggressive hack.
Yep.
Was definitely not fooled.
Nearly picked up the 5th run. And he's going to take ball 4. It's a good job by Daly fighting off the 3-2 pitch and then coming back with the walk. So now you got first and second in the top of the lineup. So it's Graddick at second, Daly at first, and Casey McCoy at the plate. He's cooled off since his home run last night. He's 0 for 3.
Yeah, having a little tough with the spin as Connolly's gotten him a couple times with those breaking balls.
And ahead of that one.
Yeah, it's just probably just a get me over right there from Connolly. Left it up in the zone. That's the one that McCoy wanted to hammer right there.
356 on the season. It's dropped a little bit. Leader in doubles, leader in triples, and tied for homers with Pearson Pyro. And that's a base hit. And Chris Harrell's waving the runner around, and the left fielder has trouble with it, and he'll score easily. And now they're going to go to third as Browning is not there, but he gets back in time and gets him. So you get the RBI, but the good news is you get a second out. Casey McCoy gets the RBI single, and it's 5-2.
Yeah, good job right there by Connolly kind of backing up. You see that ball tip just out of the, I don't know, Browning kind of knocked it down, but Connolly in a good spot right there as Browning retreats and Connolly flips easily to him to pick up that second out.
It was 7. Who got the cutoff? Somebody to 5. It's in the dirt and going again, and that's another stolen base. Lots of stolen bases on the day for Dutchtown. What's that, about 5 or 6 on the day?
Yeah, small ball for the Griffins today. A lot of bunts, a lot of stolen bases. Kind of like the St. Louis Cardinals in the 80s.
Yeah.
Love that. Old school.
This is a flashback to a couple of years ago. Last season they had a really strong hitting team, but this year they got to scratch runs across whatever way they can.
Yeah, I mean you have to kind of own your identity, right? I mean,
Yep.
if you know you're not going to bang the balls in the gaps and over the walls, you have to figure out a way to scratch runs and figure out how to win ball games. I mean, if it's punting, stealing, moving guys over, hitting and running, I mean, then that's what you got to do, right?
And he was leaning, and the throw was close. So McCoy, with that RBI base hit, gets up to 15 on the season. He's 1 for 4 on the day. And he's standing at second. Inside. We won't be covering game 2, but I would be curious to see if they put Browning behind the plate, as Beal has done a good job with the stops, but he hasn't thrown any runners out. And that's up the middle base hit. This could be another insurance run. He's headed home, then throw will be cut off, and RBI for A.K. Burrell. He is 3 for 4 on the day, and it's 6-2.
Well, a good job. Did exactly what he did his first at-bat. Just sat back, let that ball get a little bit deep, hit it right back up the middle. Picked up McCoy from second base for the 6th run of the game for the Griffins.
This is kind of what we see from East Ascension all year. They're competitive. They got the 2-0 lead early, but Dutchtown coming back, and that's kind of what happens a lot. We saw that in the game against Santa Maud. East Ascension got the early lead, and then Santa Maud came back and beat them. I think it was 5-1 or 5-2. 5-1.
One of the first few times we've seen Connolly pick the first base right there. Probably getting a little bit tired of those guys.
Yeah.
Getting some good jumps. I mean, he's quick to the plate.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of these Dutchtown base runners are pretty quick.
And he's going again, and that's going to be sky high. The catcher may have a play. Beal gets the play on the S.
Great play right there. That ball was up there forever.
And so you get 2 insurance runs on 3 hits and no errors, and you had 1 left, and so we go to the 7th, and it's 6-2. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
E-Tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
The athletic training staff of East Ascension High School would like to thank Ascension Equipment, Donaldsonville Glass and Body, Gaucher and Ambeau, Our Lady of the Lake Health, Piku Builder Supplies, Ross Downing Chevrolet, Walk-Ons, Austin Fire Systems, Eustis Mortgage, SKR Construction, for their support of our EA Sports Medicine program.
Top of the 7th, very fast-moving game so far as Dutchtown tries to seal a 6-2 victory. They lead 6-2 here in the top of the 7th, and it's going to be 4, 5, 6. Jace Babin, Bryce Murden, Luke Connerly coming to the plate. New pitcher in the game for Dutchtown as they're going to take out Kibbe and they're going to replace him with number 17, Peyton Petrie. We'll talk about him after the first pitch. As Babin is 0 for 2.
Yeah, so Petrie, we saw him last week. He comes in with 19 2/3 innings pitched. Got a really small ERA of 1.78. Only giving up 17 hits in those 19 2/3 innings. He struck out 18 and only 3 walks. Definite strike thrower. Expect Petrie to fill up the zone.
Yeah, he gave up 1 run in the 6th to Sandoval, but before that, he was in control for sure. And a swing and a miss, and it's strike 2. 1-2 to count to Jace Babin. You may recall there was a little bit of trouble with Kibbe, and they brought in, as we'll talk about that after this pitch, and a strikeout looking for the first out, and that's a beautiful breaking ball.
Yeah, I do remember Petrie coming in and pitched really well. Got out of that jam, that bases loaded jam.
Right. Got a double play.
Per se, yeah. Did exactly what he was supposed to do. Come in throwing strikes. Get something that your defense can handle. We see him strike out Jace Babin right there on the nice hook.
And there's a strike called. Bryce Murden, 0 for 2. So Dutchtown in a must-win if they want to have a shot at a first-round bye, 2 outs away from picking up the top half of this doubleheader. They'll be the visitors in game 2. 0-2, nearly offered in the dirt. And he did offer the appeal to the first base umpire, and he struck him out.
Yeah, heads up right there by Zach Barry. They were going to kind of just let that go, but Zach Barry wanted a check from first base umpire. And heads up, hey, if he calls a strike right here, I got to either tag him or throw it down for this second out.
And so Luke Connerly, ironically, the last chance. Right now stands to be the losing pitcher, but pitched well today. Just had trouble in a couple of innings. Was in control early on. First 3 innings were outstanding. Strike called, 1-1. He's flown to left and struck out looking. So Dutchtown will be the visitors in game 2. The first half of this doubleheader, as we're 1 strike away, was supposed to be played at Dutchtown. That's why Dutchtown is the home team for game 1. We will not be covering game 2. We'll finish this out and then be done for the day. And that's a fly ball to center. Decato's calling for it. And Dutchtown wins game 1. No runs on, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And so our final score is Dutchtown 6, East Ascension 2. We'll take a break and wrap things up. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
The athletic training staff of Dutchtown High School would like to thank Hollis Orthodontics, Cotta Law Firm, Raising Cane's in Prairieville, Ross Downing GMC, SEC Heating and Air, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Foundation, Advantage Therapy, Peak Performance Physical Therapy, for their support of our Griffins Sports Medicine Program.
Our final score, Dutchtown 6, East Ascension 2. And Jeff Porsche and Mike Moeller here to wrap things up. And it was a good pitcher's duel for about half of this game. And Connerly pitched well for East Ascension, but problem was small ball for Dutchtown. The bunts kind of started a rally, and then the stolen bases continued to rally, and that's what did East Ascension in today.
Yeah, I mean, Connerly was fantastic for the first 3 innings, and then Dutchtown, maybe second, third time around the lineup, figured they tried to do a little something different, started laying a bunch of bunts down, put some pressure on the East Ascension defense, scratched a couple of runs, put up a little crooked number there in the 4th, takes the lead and never looks back.
And that's the reason why it happens the way that it did. East Ascension had the early lead, 2-0, but the comeback from Dutchtown, and they do what they have to do because they need to have the sweep if they want a chance to get that top 8 seed and a first-round bye. And we talked about some of the stars of the game offensively, A.K. Burrell. You had Caden Hughes with the RBIs and some nice plays, and you had some good plays again by McCoy. He got a late RBI, and his defense was outstanding. Yep. But the key right there was from William Kibbe. He gave up a couple of runs in the middle innings, but then he came back, and bullpen finished it out.
Yeah, good job. I mean, you talk about stars of the game, got to look at Hudson Brown. And we talked about Connerly. Pitched really well for about halfway through that game. Hudson Brown came up big when he needed to push those 2 runs across the board to give East Ascension the early lead. But I do want to say I want to thank both coaches, Kate Cowan and Chris Shake Snyder, for supplying us. This is our last regular season game of the year. Just want to thank them for providing us with all the content that they do to make it possible for us to try to do the best we can up here.
And the seniors for EA, they're playing their final home game here in district, and so we want to give one last shout out to them as they played like they have all season. They played valiantly but came up short, and that's been what's kind of happened all season.
Yeah, one more time for left to right. We got Blake Smith, Petrie Thompson, Mac Beal, Peyton Melanson, Reed Gomez, Jace Babb, and Jathan Wilson. The manager, Matthew Jones, Luke Connerly, and Bryce Murden.
And so congratulations to them, and they got one more chance to play spoiler here as Game 2 is going to be played soon here at Johnny Ambeau Park. And if you want to watch it, you might have to come out here and check it out as we're going to wrap our broadcast up here tonight and look forward to the postseason. We'd like to remind everyone that you can watch our games live streamed on the Rev Sports 1 YouTube channel each week, as well as the replays on TV on Rev Channel 4. For Mike Moeller, I'm Jeff Porsche. You've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.